TP's out and makes it away. But of course, the bigger kill still for VGJ Storm.
Those two plays were so so funny to me. Just hiding in the trees the whole time. Both of them. Ritsu had to go for the dive, like you said. Yeah, time-lapse Mango a bit too slow.
Ritsu, he's back in. Does get the book onto Tomato.
They get the glimpse from the vision.
Yeah, Tomato in a lot of trouble here. He's out of mana, will be chased down, and just hung around a little too long after Ritsu TP back in.
Weaver Disruptor. He will be going for the Dragon Lance on the Weaver, so he wants to have stats, because he wants to tank up versus SF and Gyro. Too much burst damage.
That's a full hood on Moon, so a lot harder for VGJ Storm to make the plays on his life down bottom now. Mid lane still, the edge continues for a while. About a 500 gold advantage on Browse TA. Overall, 4 for 4, 9 minutes in.
The courier again.
Very close. Oh, that was his hood. Oh, he didn't quite get it out to him yet.
Oh, they're going to gank him right now, too, and they can turn this into a tower push.
Yeah, losing the hood at this stage, that's pretty major. Moon needed it, sort of surviving this lane, and as a result of not having it, he is absolutely dead here. Surrounded by the 4 of them. That courier snipe from SVG, honestly, this SVG bounty hunter, there's a reason why they were scared of it earlier in the series. He is doing a lot.
I mean, he's making all the moves for the team pretty much at this point. MSS and him, the support play on fire. Like we said, being aggressive right now, especially in these NA teams, just seems to be the best way to play. Anytime you sit back passively, it just seems like you just get further and further behind. So, next plays is they have to keep tabs on those Ancients still for the side of VGJ, because this TA can still catch up very quickly, and right away SVG is making his move there. Well, on the same side, on the other side, at least on Iceberg, they want to put wards in the enemy jungle because they've already claimed the tier 1 top.
Base boost now for the Omni Knight. Maybe grabbing those tomes, trying to get himself up to 6 bottom lane, and again, abusing the fact that Moon, but they take him down again. Heavily punished there for the fact that his courier got sniped.
Yeah, these deep wards by SVG, just seeing all the moves.
The rune here will be played by Aoi. It's gone quite far out. They are going to look to try as the Scorched Earth out, that movement speed, is it going to be enough to save him? Looks like it will.
It will be, yeah.
MSS not quite able to close the gap with the telekinesis. I'm thinking about coming back in. They do bring Ritsu over. Does actually get hit by that first purification, but Iceberg fully in on this one. GA comes out. Ritsu has to time-lapse. MSS the one being focused down now as he does get glimpsed back. They claim MSS's life. Iceberg do get the kill, but the rest of VGJ Storm do manage to escape. Bottom lane, Moon in trouble again, potentially. As they will move in, Tomato takes the tower, homing missile upon Moon. He's trying to hide, but this is the 3rd time in a couple of minutes that Moon's been taken down on this bottom lane.
He's upset. I mean, losing that hood was everything.
Losing the hood, it's broken him. It really has.
I mean, he was top 3 net worth for quite a while. He's still top 4, but dying like that, he gives up a lot to the SVG. You see him now almost level 6 already on the Bounty Hunter, and Tomato all the way catapulted to level 10 now.
And MSS at that happy point now. He's got the 6, he's got the spell steal.
Just like your shit.
And it really does feel like it's not a lot of times we see a Weaver picked into a Rubik because of this reason.
Mm-hmm. Into Rubik and Bounty Hunter, right?
That was the problem I had with the draft, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what Iceberg can do.
Courier does respawn. They don't even want to leave the base with it now at this point. They're just bringing it outside, but look at Moon. He's walking closer and closer to the base to make sure he gets his hood.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, all is... Oh, no, SVG.
Can you imagine if he killed it on top? If he killed it on
top. If he got the hood there.
I think Moon might leave. I think Moon just might leave the game if that happens.
Oh, SVG. He's hanging around. It is coming back out, but...
Again,
it won't quite be SVG.
He puts that deep ward again to watch the movements, so he keeps he's keeping eyes on this courier.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom. They do see Moon pushing forward here. He's got backup and he's got a hood this time, so he's a lot harder to bring down. Tomato, not too healthy.
So they can find him. SVG. He's got the 6, he's got the tracks out the gut.
They just want to protect the Ancients. Bryle is pretty much everything for them at this point.
They have to get this TA in the game, yeah.
Yeah. As a TA, you want to be ahead, because if you start falling behind on this hero, like we said, you need your BKB, you need your blink, and you need your Deso. Otherwise, you're just so weak. Your like attack range is just so small. You're in the midst of everything, in every single engagement.
I mean, Richie looking towards snaking, but obviously on his own. Cannot kill the Somni. More sentries out for Iceberg as they want to try and keep eyes on SVG, but SVG will be dusted. Gets the track out, and with that movement speed, does head out of there. They have got a trap slow. SVG contemplating whether he should try for the suicidal play to the Ancients. He'll attempt it. Won't be successful, so Bryle.
He's wasting a lot of their time, though. He's forcing so many reactions as this bounty hunter after this impact that he already had early on.
They want to try and make a play onto Ritsu top. They have the Shikuchi into the telekinesis.
They could get the burst down. They're even going to put down a sentry, too.
It is hard, though. There's the first raise. Okay, not too hard for them. They make it look easy, VGJ. Couple of raises and the burst from the purification is more than enough.
And they're looking to defend mid. Is Tomato rotating over? He should be on the gyro. If Tomato gets a good wrap around here, this could be really good here for Storm.
They do have Yuar Glimpse back up to top, though, so they are without the SF.
If they can buy time, they have the Firestorm on MSS, so that should dissuade Iceberg from going for the push, and it does. As soon as the gyro shows up, too, he is very strong right now on Tomato. So Blink is finished on TA. Next is the Deso, and I think it has to be the BKB third item this game.
Absolutely.
There's just gyro plus SF is way too much magic damage.
Scan hits up top. Now he knows that SVG was in the neighborhood, but SVG is out of there in time.
They might be able to get this D ward now, though.
Yeah, they know that he's been up here, and they will indeed take that ward off the map.
So it is the Yules build this time up on Yuar. Yules versus TA is quite nice, especially, and as well versus the Weaver.
Ryle, he's going for that sneaky play. Tomato has moved in.
Uh-oh. Ryle.
Ryle does not do the damage to do this on his own.
It is a trap.
He is absolutely in trouble. Send back, grab back with the telekinesis. They're going to look to surround Aoi as well. That's one track kill. I didn't think they got time to get the track out. He died so quickly there. Double kill for Tomato. It's fallen apart for Iceberg a bit now. 4K lead coming up, and this gyro absolutely massive. You saw Bryle's attempt there, but I don't know if he did the maths or not. I don't think even if there wasn't backup for the gyro, I don't know if he gets that kill.
I think they needed to have like the disruptor there if they're going to try for something like that. Yeah. It's way too risky. Ritsu does get tracked up here. Time lapse is done. They're going to chase him down here. Glimpse comes out. SVG trying to close the gap. Ritsu should be fine now. Mid lane though. Underlord.
There's the wraparound. Tomato goes in with the rocket barrage. Moon has got more track kills for them. Now they've got their eyes on Bryle. Bryle is being run down and surrounded. He is melted up, but they've got a cooldown coming through.
And a dust.
And they have, again, not quite time for the trap, but again, kill after kill.
So,
oh dear.
This is something that, this is a big reason we don't really see the TA, to be honest. It's, you need to get your farm. You need to kind of sit back and you need that blink, you need that deso, and a couple deaths, it's really painful. And you're just susceptible to this anyway. Even once you have blink deso, if they just run at you with these heroes, you're still dead. They've got easy ways to break refraction with some plays with the Doom Disruptor. That's the big thing for me, is that Storm, the two supports are running around making plays all.
As we said, I think they made some questionable decisions in the draft. And sure, they've got their own ideas and they show something. There was a lot of questions. Center was already there. They let the Rubik go through rather than taking it themselves in the open.
It's going to be hard for them because they don't have a clear-cut initiator on their side. Well, on Storm, the initiation for them is that the bounty hunter is always giving them vision, so they always know which fights that they can take.
A 7K lead for Storm. These track kills, if they continue to roll in.
Mant on Tomato, and then they're going to go double BKB.
Yeah. And then at that point, what's your best hope for Ice? But they do have the defusal. Kirak pops the dust, but
they're already on the retreat.
They're just chasing him. The track's out. He tries to dodge the glimpse there, but he's not even needed, I don't think, Tomato, for this kill. The homing missile obviously will help out from afar. Another track kill for VGJ Storm. Money in the pockets. As MSS, he's got that Blink Dagger. Can get that one out to him. Blink Dagger.
He might die here, though.
Steals.
Does he steal it?
He's got the Scorched Earth regen. But yeah, the diffusal damage adding up. He's fine. He'll be safe. Purification comes in. They have a homing missile on bound for Ritsu. Track is out as well. He does have the time lapse. But it looks like the distance he'll be able to create will be enough to keep him safe. And still just getting bullied right back out of this lane. And as we saw, they're not quite even able to take down MSS on his own. He's still hanging around. Gucci will be grabbed. I'll force Ritsu away with the Shuriken. And Tomato just continues to get bigger and bigger. This Jara absolutely massive. 19 minutes in.
They've got the top 3 net worths on their cores now. And they're just looking to keep running at Iceberg. And Iceberg, they still can't punch back. I think they need to make smoke movements with Disruptor Doom. They just kind of have to. The thing is that you're playing versus Bounty, so you're like, is he standing on us? You have to be able to, you always have to have dust in the sentries. But yeah, they're falling further and further behind and not making any aggressive moves. They're still just getting kind of ran at here.
Tomato should be fine here. Snake King's there with a repel just in time. Woo. A bit of a stop by that repel. Has the Static Storm down. Didn't expect the Omni to be there with the save. So understandable why the play was attempted for by Kirak, but yeah, Omni was there to put a stop to that.
Full BKB on Courier for SF.
This SF Jar, I mean, the SF Jar Omni Tricore is just looking devastating at this 20-minute mark. They can just run any members of Iceberg. Sure, Ritsu's a little harder with the Shikuchi and his evasiveness, just zip-zapping around the map.
It looks like Iceberg wants to just actually go for like super late game because they went for Boots of Travel as well on Moon Meander. So they just want to like split push lanes and avoid team fights since they really just can't take these fights versus Omni Knight.
But what else has Moon got in his arms?
Drum. And then that hood that you saw earlier.
Okay.
He's just looking for split push.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, the Boots of Travel early is definitely a bit of a strange one.
Mm-hmm. I think they know they need more time for their TA. He needs that BKB with Desolator in order to be able to actually take fights versus this Storm lineup.
Got the medallion out on SVG in this smoke straight down towards bottom. They're looking for Bryle. They saw him underneath the wall. They know he's around here. Bryle.
He's getting surrounded.
VGJ Storm, they are collapsing in on these 3, and VGJ Storm will happily take a fight on them. They'll look towards Owie first. Missile inbound upon him. They'll set up the raises. That'll be 1 track kill. Can they get anything more out of this? Doesn't look like they can, because the rest of Iceberg, they have TP'd out of there. They will escape. Yeah, the pressure's certainly coming down upon Iceberg from VGJ Storm.
Yeah. When I do look back and I see the 3 cores of Iceberg, I do see like Weaver, Underlord, TA, and it's which one's gonna make the space for each other, right? I think it like kind of has to be the Weaver in this game, and he's trying to be aggressive, but they're not really able to find the moves because of Storm just being a bit faster than them. But one of them does have to give up his farm so that they can make space for each other. Because right now it's 3 cores kind of farming, while Storm they're just non-stop looking for plays.
Just back to,
Dire's top tower
as you said, Iceberg, just trying to avoid any sort of unnecessary fights.
Yeah, especially into the Aegis.
We'll get the tower top at least, and MSS.
Maybe they can get MSS here. He's got a Ghost Scepter though, and they don't want to stick around.
Yeah, that Brawl BKB incredibly important. They have to somehow find it.
Yeah.
You are.
Can't get involved in fights without it.
It's got the setup. The tracks out. Have they got the damage? With the Shuriken they have. Kibrak will fall. Ritsu attempting to move in onto SVG. Does have the back of a move, but the GA comes out. SVG still alive for now. Is there any way of getting him out? He does have the backup of snaking if required. And SVG will be fine. Now looking towards Ritsu. He is underneath the sentry. They do have the Yules. These three heroes don't really have the lockdown. They get the dust out and they'll turn with the grab onto Moon, but Moon forced back to safety. Look for Tomato to move in with the cooldown. Gets the slow onto Moon. Moon turns with the root. You've got Ritsu as well looking in onto this. And they do drop the Doom down onto Tomato. Tomato in a bit of trouble. Jump in. Bryle has the damage. That is going to be a dead Tomato. That's a big amount of money to go over to Iceberg.
They really need these kills, yeah. It does get stolen though, so now MSS, he could look to make a play with that stolen Doom. But that was, I think Tomato pushed the limits a little bit too hard on the gyrocopter there. Does get punished for his mistake. So that was the first Doom of the game, right?
Yes. SVG. Back down and eyeing up Owie. Who's he got in there? It's just Snaking, but...
Snaking's got a Lincoln's already to try to protect himself versus that Doom.
MSS.
They've got Doom for Bryle here. MSS is looking for him. He's got it.
Back into that Doom. It will glimpse back at UR, but yeah, UR puts the BKB. He wants to stick around for this, make sure that they do get the kill. The track out in time as well from SVG as they pick that one up. They'll look towards Moon as well. Moon getting tracked. They do have the stolen traps as well. As they slow down Moon a little bit, he'll go straight for the rift out and will be able to escape. Ritsu keeping the pressure up on the side lanes.
Yeah. At least he's keeping them so that they do have to go back. Aegis should be getting... Aegis gets reclaimed in about 30 seconds. So maybe they want to try to get this mid tower here for Vici, but... heavy amount of outspam on Iceberg still with that Underlord.
Out the tracks go from VGJ Storm.
Man, Iceberg just still in world of trouble here. They just really need this TA BKB, but he just keeps getting prolonged because Storm just staying aggressive, and they're not allowing that TA to get to the Ancients where he really wants to just accelerate his farm. Tomato forcing Ritsu away. Tomato's actually just haunting him.
Look at the full Crimson Guard on Moon, so...
That will help them a little bit, at least in the fight versus, of course, that physical, but he does need a pipe because there is a lot of mixed, and they still... The TA BKB is the biggest thing for me before they can really take anything.
Yeah. SVG, once again, keeping eyes on them here.
He's just been such a nuisance. All of his wards placed down. He's pretty much seeing all of the movement from Iceberg. This base ward, I think he's placed it 3-4 times maybe?
Yep.
So he's constantly seeing every time Iceberg actually does push out of the base. And look at them. They're just possessing that jungle, not allowing this TA to farm up.
Mid lane Moon is being chased here. They've got the stolen traps though once again from MSS. Drags him back. They got the damage though. It doesn't look like they have. On the back lines, jump forward with the BKB Requiem combo. They'll blow up Owie. Moon continuing to be chased here as VGJ Storm man up. Look towards that Underlord. He's up on the high ground, but the physical's too much from VGJ. As they take down another Snaking, pops the one-man GA to go for the safe walkout. As they've found two once again, VGJ Storm continuing to get these kills at very minimal cost themselves. They'll take the tier 2 tower. The fortification will actually be used for this outer tower, so they may push on for more.
Snaking just runs in. They're just looking for Bryle here with the track on him. The Solar Crest as well. Has to retreat.
That's how VGJ Storm will opt to play it safe. And backing off.
They're still just kind of keeping themselves in this area though, not letting not letting up, not letting Iceberg farm. It's only really Ritsu getting any farm on the map for Iceberg, and he could be in some trouble here if he doesn't back up.
They're hunting him. See if SVG gets eyes on him. Ritsu already into the trees and well aware that this sort of movement's coming in, so.
And he is going for the Lincolns, even though he's versus like Bounty and Rubik, very quick Lincolns breakers.
Dire are scanning for enemy.
To be honest, for Iceberg, it really just feels like they just have no way to fight until they even have the BKB, and even then, I think it's still going to be pretty hard for them. They have to get the Doom on the right target, so they pretty much need a vision advantage in all these fights to find that Omni Knight. Does Aoi have... Okay, so he does have at least the Force Staff, so he does have, of course, the way to break that Lincolns before he throws the Doom out. But getting into the backline still is going to be a problem for him. He really wants that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, they need, I mean, at this point, it is very much them relying on VGJ Storm to mess up. Yeah. You know, we saw, obviously, before Tomato did dive in a little deep once. Maybe that can happen again, and maybe with some big kills, Iceberg can get themselves back into this one. But as it stands, 29 minutes, 14k gold lead for VGJ Storm, and that's before they've taken any sort of rack. So once that does inevitably come, that gold lead going to be nearing the 20k mark, as their 3 cores absolutely massive.
Yeah.
It's SF and Gyro just on another level this game. Yawar and Tomato.
Both teams just farming it up. Vici probably just waiting for the Roche to spawn so they can go for that Aegis cheese and then go for a push, because they are very comfortable. Like we were saying, TA still suffering to catch back up. Almost has the BKB.
Full Lincolns for Yawar. So this SF going to be very solid frontliner.
They're all just buying it so they don't get doomed.
Yeah.
And look at the position that Moon's farming. That kind of shows like they're not having a fun time. They're just trying to farm anywhere in the map for themselves, because this bounty is just running around constantly keeping tabs on them. They are able to find Moon this time.
Yeah, they'll go for the straight bots out, but he's not going to make it. Jump forward with the Your Scepter. They hold him down in place underneath the cooldown. The Moon's gone. 70 seconds. It will be dead for. As with that, I mean, VGJ Storm, they can certainly look to try and push. They know that it's unlikely that he'll have buyback with the way that he's been playing. And
they got the Roche up now, yeah.
Oh, what, just respawned as well.
It did, yeah.
Literally.
Perfect timing for them.
Perfect timing.
Iceberg can't really take fights in there anyway. Their team fight is pretty lackluster versus 2 BKBs. Disruptor's already pretty much fully countered in this game. They haven't had the chance to really get any good static storms off.
And Tomato as well, he wants to end the game. He's just picking up the Assault Cuirass on the Gyro so they can actually finish off with the sieges.
Really good versus TA and Weaver.
Yeah.
Prevents pretty much all the damage. And we do see they're trying to get the nullifiers next on the side of Iceberg, because the Guardian Angel kind of counteracts their heroes entirely. Omni Knight, what a hero.
SVG, eyes on to Kitrak. Does have Snaking and MSS sweeping in behind him.
Oh. By Kitrak. SVG.
Another kill for VGJ.
Track money. 18k. 31 minutes.
Yeah. Ooh. Been, as I said, we're sort of hoping for maybe a close one this time. Oh, look at the courier. Look at the courier, but fortunately for Tomato, he did get the AC delivered out in time. But yeah, none of these...
They've got Ritsu wrapped up. He's got time lapse available.
So let's get it off.
They've got a gem on MSS.
They do. They still have the vision. And that cooldown and homing missile will connect. And they'll be Ritsu dead for a minute. Yeah, all 3 of these games been pretty one-sided after the laning stages. It feels like they've all been pretty draft defining, really.
I mean, it just seems like it's the team that plays more aggressive, right? This one, again, it felt like Iceberg, they have the more farm-oriented lineup with TA, Weaver, Underlord. They all kind of want to farm. I mean, SVG as well has just been absolutely crushing it on the bounty hunter. What, 3 courier snipes, right? 2 or 3 courier snipes.
Yep.
And he's just been pretty much getting these deep wards constantly to see every time where Iceberg position. the new Requiem sound.
Kaboom.
Right there for you guys. They just changed it.
Yeah, I was trying to sell that to Valve. They weren't having it though. I can do some great sound effects.
Another Yules.
And another death.
Will he get the TP out?
Oh,
Not enough.
nope. More track kills. 20k lead for VGJ Storm.
Man, they really just can't do anything versus lineup. They've got the BKB on TA now, but yeah.
Oh, they're pushing into the base. Iceberg. I think they literally can't do anything to stop this.
It doesn't seem like it. Omni Knight just standing the front lines with Tomato.
We have tier 3. Fortification will come out, but no expectation that VGJ will retreat. They know that they've got a massive lead. And I see Richard there's trying for the deny on the racks, because why not?
Bottom lane. Pushed in as well.
Another set of racks for VGJ Storm, for sure. If they want to send heroes here, Iceberg, I'm sure VGJ Storm will be more than happy to kill them.
Iceberg has to commit when the Underlord's up. They have to just make a play and just run in.
Oh, that flat cannon as well, starting to tickle them down. Send out the bugs, but VGJ Storm will take that tier 3 tower. They'll move on to the racks. What are Iceberg going to do? Jump forward, they'll make an attempt onto Tomato, but he's got the BKB straight away with a cooldown. They bring down Aoi. Bryle is being surrounded. The BKB is out, but he has to BKB and retreat. VGJ Storm look towards that melee racks. Make sure that they do finish it off at least before this fight does come to an end. Jawar, BKB, Yules Requiem combo on top of Moon. Moon will fall. Ritsu, Kitrak, and Bryle being forced back. It's going to be GG, ladies and gentlemen, as VGJ Storm take the series 2-1.
Even at the end there, the double Lincolns comes out and blocks Doom. So the first Doom was stolen, the second Doom was blocked by Lincolns, and yeah, it did really seem like the team that actually just played much more aggressive could really do it. I do think
That should help.
Got you twice.
Are Radiant using echolocation? Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
What's this? Dire fortified their structures?
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
Immortality is mine!
Dire's top tower needs some friends.
Same as you, Tidehunter.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Over here now!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Zap! I'm over
Draw
here!
a line to
Looking for
Radiant's
me?
middle tower.
It's seeking. Just like yours.
Told you a storm was coming! Stupendous!
Unstoppable!
Points for trying.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
You had your warning!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, what'd I miss?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sprites.
Middle tower has fallen.
Gotcha.
Gold for my master. Dire's middle tower is drowning. A wise blade.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire
Things change.